Hey YouTubers, good morning, it's Rob Moffat. Guys, we got a pretty good video this morning. You know what? I've been making videos, at least one video a week for 15 years, got over 1100, almost 1200 videos. Last week I made a kind of a cool video about the different foods that I think are cool for preppers. And I thought to myself, you know what? A cool video would be if I went over the prepper items and tools that I bought over the years that people might be interested in. Some of my most popular videos have been review videos, and I've got, some of them with millions of views. And I thought, I've never really done reviews of my prepper items. So every week, I think I'm going to start doing like 4 reviews in one video of prepper items that I think are pretty cool, that are different than other reviews because they're things I bought myself and that I like for special reasons. Because, my mom didn't raise no buyers, so, I don't like to spend my money, but if I do, I want to get a really good bargain and something that has a lot of value and benefit to it. So let's get started. The first tool we're going to talk about, or gadget, going to be prepper tools or gadgets, is it's a water key, or some people call it a 4-way valve. The cool thing about this is it will give you water. If you have a building someplace that has a faucet on the outside, almost always they don't have a handle. This little gadget it'll snug on to your the quarter inch, or no, 9/32, 5/16, 11/32. It's about any size here in America. A little valve that used to have a handle on, you can put this on there and open up and get you some water. Also, if you ever have a calamity where power's gone and you're out and about someplace, you've got this in your bug out bag, and now you're at a building, there's still going to be water inside those pipes. You could open up the faucet on the bottom and get some water out of the pipes. So people talk about what they put in a bug out bag all the time. I'm not a big believer in bugging out. If I wouldn't have to, I would never want to leave, but that's just my own personal opinion. And I don't expect to really survive a calamity much anyway, but if I was out and about, yeah, this is something I would like to have, and it's something I can have now, because back in 2015 I bought it. I still got it. It wasn't very expensive back then, and it's still pretty cheap. And water is civilization. I learned that a long time ago. If you have fresh, clean running water, you have just, that's one of the best things in the world you can have. If you don't have it, you don't have anything. So very inexpensive tool. You can put in your bug out bag, and it's also handy to have in your car or someplace you might need to use some water. And there you go. The second item, it's kind of a health item. I purchased this twice, and I use this when I go out and about some places. If I go inside, there's a lot of people. When I come home, I use this with some baby lotion, baby shampoo. I did a video on this, and I left a link to some scientific studies that were done indicating that it's possible the baby shampoo mixed with the nasal rinse packets would help reduce the bioburden in your nose of viruses and other things. So most people use these for allergies and sinus infections just as it is, but I was using it with the baby shampoo because of our recent health problems we're having with the flu, So, but I'll leave a link to that study in my video I did on it. But I haven't had the flu in the last 2.5 years. I've had days when I didn't feel too good, and I did this, and the next day I was fine. So I'm not saying this is going to help anybody, but I'm using it every time I go somewhere. When I come home, if I've been around a lot of people and stuff, this is what I use. And you can make these little solutions. It's baking soda and sodium chloride salt. Now, the most important thing you want to know is when you use the water, it has to be very clean, either distilled, filtered, purified in some manner, or boiled. You don't want to just use straight tap water, because sometimes tap water has amoeba and different things in the water that wouldn't hurt you so much if you drank it. But if you squirt up your nose, it could maybe go across your brain blood barrier and get into your brain, and it's not. You don't want to get really. You don't want to hurt yourself trying to help yourself. So make sure you use super clean water whenever you're using this. So, but I find it very helpful, and a lot of other people like it too. This price has gone up. I used to get mine for $6, $7, $8. Now they're 12. You're just get anybody who sells these type of containers. It really won't matter that much what type it is, so long as it's the saline packets. Like I said, you can go online and search, see how you can make these baking soda and salt packets up yourself. And you might want to look into it. If you don't like squirting stuff up your nose, I was terrified of doing it, but I learned that there's a trick. You can just, when you put your head down and say the letter K, 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 like that, and when you do, it like closes off part of your throat, so the water can only go out your other nose and not down your windpipe. So I did a video on it. I'll leave a link to it. But this is something that everybody should have at home, I think, and it's a very inexpensive therapy for a lot of ailments. The next guy is, I'm not an electronics person. That's a weak spot with me. I don't know a lot. I know just enough to get in trouble. But this multimeter is excellent. I've talked to people who work with electronics for a living, and they're kind of amazed that the multimeters nowadays are so cheap, where like just 15, 20 years ago, something like this would have cost you a lot of money. That could do as many things as this can do, but I can't use it to the extent of its abilities. I'm not that good at electronics, but I just use it basically for testing continuity, because it has a deal here where it'll make a little buzzer when you get continuity. So if you're working on your car and you're up, you can't be looking at the dial. You just listen for the sound. I've already used it several times to fix some things, so it's paid for itself. It's rated very highly, and in the future you're going to have to be, maybe, who knows, you may have to be fixing a lot of your stuff because you may not be able to get stuff, but you never know. Who knows what's going to happen? But it never hurts to be self-sufficient and have tools, and that's what this video is about: tools and gadgets to help you be more self-sufficient. The next fellow is one of my favorite gadgets. It's gone up in price almost double, but you can use this for so many things. Basically, seeing if something is cold when it should be hot, or if something is hot when it should be cold. If you're working on your car, you can see if something is heating up, or if something didn't get cold like it should have. You can also use it in cooking. I use it a lot in cooking. Also, I like to use it because it's a laser. You can just put it in your pocket and pull it out real quick and use it, and like you're practicing your marksmanship. It's you get your muscle memory going, aiming and targeting things. It's not as good as a real pistol or rifle, whatever, but it just helps your hand-eye coordination and your marksmanship, I think. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. It was a really fun gadget at $10, $12. This is kind of expensive, but I guess everything's going up. But that's the thing about Amazon. You want to keep looking. Sometimes they have a reduction in prices. Did we do all of them? 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess this is the last one, the fourth one. So I'll be having more next week. Next week we're gonna go over this radio MP3 player. It also records. It's one of the coolest things I bought in the last couple of years. It can do some special things. This is a HEPA filter made by Honeywell. It can not only reduce virus particles in the air. If you ever have a nuclear incident, it would get rid of radioactive dust in your area, and it's great for forest fires and all sorts of pollen. It's all around. It's a wonderful thing to have. I'm really happy after I purchased it. I'll go over the replacements. This one's no longer available, but I'll show you what can replace it that's just as good. I started using the rechargeable batteries, and I found this is one of the best battery chargers. And we all have to have a plan B. This is a very low-cost tent that is as highly rated. We'll be going over it next week. So if this review was something that you think that helped you, I appreciate you watching. I hope you come back. Look at the top of the video. There should be the link for the next one for next week. And don't forget, guys, if you go to Amazon, If you buy anything anywhere on Amazon by using that link, they throw me a few pennies. And also, if you see something on Amazon you like, it doesn't hurt to look at other places to see if they have better prices. I mean, I like if you buy something with my link, but I also like it when you get a good price, because that's what it's about. So guys, these are people I feature on my channel. No relation to me, they would not anyway. You always want to check them out. And all my playlists, like I said, come back new stuff every single week. Can't help myself, I'm addicted. Got over almost 1,200 videos, and I'm going to be having more and more review videos of prepper tools and gadgets and stuff for the house and home and the workshop and so on. All right, guys, hope this was cool for you. I enjoy doing these videos, and hope you come back, watch later, see more. Bye.